Hello and welcome back to our HIP Roman Restoration campaign. Last time we got another series of Imperial Reconquest Wars declared, and we've in fact won one of them already up here. So they are going pretty well. In fact, that one that we just won has rendered this guy down here independent, so we'll be able to declare on him again once these wars are over. Obviously not right now while we have troops raised. But we are still fighting the Nafacids down here, Granada and Tangiers, so let's go ahead and continue with those. And we've collected a tithe, which is very useful because we are currently engaged in a very expensive tower building project associated with our business focus. At least that's what I'm assuming it's about. Apollonius Pothos comes up to you and complains about what hard and tiresome work it is to plan out how to carve the stones for the tower. He therefore asks you for more payment to finish the plans, since he has already used up the first payment. Strangely enough, according to rumour, he seems to have had a lot of time to spare chasing after women in your court. You scoundrel. He is lustful, that makes sense. So we can pay him another 600 golds, or because we are high on intrigue, we can see through his shenanigans and accuse him of spending the money on lustful adventures. I'm assuming there would be no negative consequences to this, so we can just save ourselves 600 gold. At least I'm hoping, because this is the one I'm going to choose. Before the construction of a building this large can begin, we need to make sure we have enough high-quality stone. Your steward suggests importing the stone from a reliable trade partner. While it could be beneficial to the region to have access to a nearby quarry, so we can import the gold for another, or import the stone for another 600 gold, or build a quarry in Constantinople, which gives us a very sizable bonus to build time and build costs for a long time. 70 years. 80 years. Is that worth it? Would apply to the whole county. We have 2 holdings in here, which do have a reasonable number of upgrades left to do. Maybe it would be worth it. 20% discount on all of these upgrades. Well, without actually doing the calculations to work it out, I'm going to assume it's worth it and blow almost all of my gold on this. We still have a decent income, so I don't think it's going to put us in a bad spot. Alright, so we won the battle against Granada there. We're up to 50%. Off the back of that, we'll follow the army here. They do have another 1,000 troops wandering around. During the construction of your Grand Tower in Constantinople, a couple of the workers were killed by a falling granite block as the ropes holding it snapped. People are now demanding stricter security measures as well as compensation to the families that lost their husbands and fathers in this tragic accident. So we can gain the trait Cruel and gain local revolt risk. Cruel isn't terrible. We lose vassal opinion, which is bad. On the other hand, we could go into debt. Briefly into debt, given that we're making 50 gold a month or so. Oh no, wait, we're not. We're actually in a negative balance. That's probably actually because of the gold that we just spent, right? We're not reinforcing a huge amount of retinue or anything. Let's see here. Where do we find out? Let's, to be on the safe side, I am going to go into debt, but we'll set our retinues to not reinforce right now, just to make sure it lasts for as little time as possible. I believe this gives us a big penalty to our army morale. Something like that. But we don't need to fight any significant battles, I think, anyway. so I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. Though, actually, we haven't fought the Nafacid army yet. They don't really have much to worry about. Okay, we'll be fine. We will keep an eye out for their army, though, just in case. Alright, so 1 or 2 sieges in Tangier will give us the victory there. I'll probably fight this army from Granada, if possible. And once all of these... the Tangier War will probably be over first, and once that's done we can send these troops across to participate in this war. It looks like our vassal in Castile is at war with Leon. Oh yes, he's making him a tribute, of course. I remember now. That's fine, we're not going to gain any land from that or anything. After exchanging pleasantries with the envoy, he says jokingly, "I heard about you and your honeyed words." Oh, is that so? Oh no, I don't think I'm that great a speaker. You're too kind. We gain 5 prestige, okay. And our Despot of Castile has called in Aragon, okay. Doesn't look like they really need the help, but they're doing it anyway. 73 against Granada. That tithe is very timely and welcome. Okay, we want to siege here. So we'll just continue with that. Still don't see the Nafacid army anywhere. This is the only war they're in, so I would expect them to be around somewhere nearby. The late nights, the way my wife Aldona has stopped touching me or even looking at me, and now the whispers of her and that covenant lecher Pantaleon the Unchaste. What a great name, actually. I can't take it anymore. We can confront our wife, confront this guy, or focus on more important yet matters and maybe become depressed. I guess we'll confront our wife. She tearfully admitted to her affair and is begging me for forgiveness. We can forgive her, but we're disappointed, or denounce them both publicly. I guess we could divorce our wife. I think we have grounds. He's now known as the Unfaithful. Due to her unfaithfulness, it won't be denied. It'll still be viewed as an insult by her relatives. Yeah, I mean, I think we have to. Okay, so 2 sieges there. We are at 100%. We can get this done. Just vassalize the 2 characters in here. The duchy title we also gained, so we can just give that to one of these people. They are both Portuguese. So let's see, this county is also part of the duchy, so it's possible we end up gaining this county directly and then we can put a Greek character in charge of the duchy. which would be a little better, I think, so we'll hold on to that for the moment. Okay, we are divorced. I suppose we have to go ahead and get remarried. Let's find a strong character. Though I guess it doesn't matter too much, since any further children we have are going to be way down the line of succession. Yeah, sure. I guess it would make more sense to choose a wife for the stats rather than for her genetic traits at this point. But I'm sure she'll do just fine. And we're up to 100% against Granada, so that is over as well. So we gain these 2 counties, we'll grant them out. And these are part of the Kingdom of Al-Andalus. So we may not be able to transfer the vassalage to one of our vassal kings in here. Now let's check out the duchy title first, which we do have. I think we can probably grant the duchy title plus lower titles to... I guess I'd rather give it to Aragon. Not this one. Team of Granada. And then she'll gain them as vassals. Just to make Aragon a bit stronger and avoid making Castile stronger, more to the point. Okay, so we have these armies that we can redistribute over here. We'll just send them over along the coast. These I think we can go ahead and disband, except that your retinue, why don't you just go and siege this county? And I think we're out of the woods financially, so we can actually reinforce our retinue now. A procession of monks have arrived at our castle protesting that we are keeping a bishop in our prison. Well, they're not wrong. They claim that we are sinning against the law of God. We'll release him. Oh, and we gain moral authority and piety. Yeah, sounds good. Is this a vassal of ours? Vassal of a vassal. So is he taking land to the south from the Negus down there? I guess he is. Okay. Well, I don't really mind that. Oh. Look what it's done to our name, though. I guess this is kind of better than the weird curved arrangement that we had before. But the sooner we can get back to having a large horizontal name, the better. Maybe this conquest will affect it. The Ecumenical Patriarch approaches you at court, clearly upset. He's seen that the new tower now stretches higher than any temple in the realm. He raises his voice and nearly screams, "This is unacceptable. You cannot climb into heaven no matter how much you try. The way to heaven is the domain of the church." We can tell him to go back to your old scriptures, you crackpot. Or we can cut some height off the tower, losing prestige, and making him double happy, I guess. No, we'll just annoy him. I doubt we're reaching all the way to heaven anyway. Oh, and there's a decently sized Nafazid army. Okay, so we should probably move our Chancellor to somebody else. So I don't think we're having any problems at all on vassal opinion, other than this guy. Though we do have 2 people in this faction, including a fairly powerful Exarch. We can probably give him an honorary title to get him almost up to 100 opinion. And I suppose we'll work on improving the opinion of our Duke of Barcelona here, if we're stuck with him as a vassal. Alright, ran into a hostile army there. Not really a big deal, probably. The great tower that you began planning so long ago has finally been finished. A tower this tall can be seen from a long way away, and people are equally amazed and frightened by the power you have displayed by accomplishing such a grand feat of construction. During the years of work, you have spent your time perfecting your knowledge in the many key aspects of science and of the science of construction, knowledge that will last centuries. The tower is also sure to hold back many thousands of enemy soldiers. So we gain 100 prestige, we can gain the trait Architect, which is pretty good, plus 20% siege. I'm assuming that's like personal siege ability, so if we're leading an army, we siege 20% faster or better. Same trait opinion, plus 20. Or instead, we can gain 250 prestige. Well, I'm not really concerned about the actual number of prestige, so that's not a concern. And we get extra general opinion and monthly prestige, which incidentally we also get from this one, but only for 10 years. Yeah, let's become an architect. That seems good. I like it. Alright, so I guess that's our cue to switch away from the business focus. And we might just go back to rulership for a while. See if we can get anything substantial out of that. Wolves in Uskudar are damaging the local economy. Okay. So given that we got the stone quarry here in Constantinople, we definitely want to take advantage of that and build a lot of upgrades, especially in these holdings. More so than the rest of our domain. So I would like to do that. We are somewhat low on money still, though, so we'll just wait a little while before getting that taken care of. Alright, the fishing industry in Thrace is booming, giving us some minor bonuses there as well. And the county over here, it looks like we now have back under our dominion, which is great. Was it this county? I'm not sure. Anyway, this guy is supposed to be under Aragon, so we should transfer him. And that just leaves us with Leon in Iberia here. So let's see. Looks like that covers 3 duchies, so that would be 3 separate wars. To take that via imperial reconquests, I would prefer to shortcut that a bit by finding a claimant. Unfortunately, he's only a weak claimant, weak claimant, weak claimant. So we won't be able to press a claim at the moment. Let's see, his heir is also male. Okay, we'll appoint, let's see, Sardinia here as our Mysticos. And I think we were sending people over in this direction to steal technology. Alright, we couldn't do that. It was actually up here in Brittany, in the lingering remnants of the Aztec Empire. Let's see what's going on up here in Britain, actually. Yeah, still pretty fragmented. Alba is doing some conquests, it looks like. And in Ireland as well. Alright, another holding usurped from the Knights is fine by me. And we won another siege here, but only at 53%, so it'll be a few more sieges before we can end this one. But we are just about out of time for this episode, so it'll have to wait for the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.